A sitting senator, a former senator and ally, his erstwhile DPWH chief under custody, the president's first cousin and former House Speaker under Ombudsman probe, and several DPWH officials and their colluding contractors behind bars constitute proof of the president's vow to hold all the bad actors in the flood control scam into account since last year's State of the Nation address. And by next week, several House lawmakers are expected to be indicted by the Office of the Ombudsman to completely debunk the Vice President's latest charge of her boss's poor governance, as our Marcos Sadi reports.
The Marcos administration says it is pressing ahead with its efforts to hold those individuals behind anomalous flood control projects accountable. Malacanang made the statement amid criticism that no one has been held responsible for alleged ghost and substandard flood control projects. It has been nearly a year since President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. first called out alleged corruption in flood control projects during his fourth State of the Nation address.
Hindi naman din po nagpapahinga ang Ombudsman, ang DOJ, pati ang DPWH para mapanagot ang lahat ng dapat na managot. Mayroon na po naman nasampahan na kaso. Mayroon na pong dalawa na sasabihin natin na dating senador, kasalukuyang senador, na ngayon po ay nililitis. Marami na pong nagawa. Nagkaroon na rin po ng freeze ng assets na mga sinasabi nating maaaring sangkot sa flood control mess.
Authorities have arrested contractor couple Curly and Sara Diskaya, who are accused of being involved in the alleged flood control scam. Several officials are also behind bars while facing graft and malversation of public funds charges over the alleged purchase of allocables or buying of allocation for flood control projects. Those facing charges include several DPWH personnel, Senator Jingo Estrada, and former Senator Bong Revilla, a supporter of President Marcos who was also endorsed during the 2025 elections. Malacanang says these cases undercut allegations that the administration is practicing selective justice.
Wala pong selective justice na namamayani sa administrasyon ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. Kaya nga po kahit na kaibigan, kaalyado, nauna pa po na nakulong, na-detain, at ngayon ay humaharap sa kaso na plunder at graft case. Doon pa lamang po ipapakita na totoo ang sinabi ng Pangulo. Kahit anong kulay nyo, kamag-anak, kaibigan, kapag kayo po ay may ebidensya, at may ebidensyang laban sa inyo, sa korte nyo na lamang po ito ipaliwanag or depensahan.
Malacanang also pushed back against a Facebook post by Vice President Sara Duterte accusing the Marcos administration of poor governance and of failing to address the country's pressing problems. She also criticized the government efforts to file cases against those who have spoken out about alleged corruption and abuse by Malacanang.
Hindi maaaring magturo basta ang Vice Presidente dahil ngayon lang po nagpaimbestiga ng ganito ang Pangulong Marcos Jr. Yung mga nakaraan na nagkaroon ng pang-aabuso sa pondo, maybe through build, nag-crossover pa sa panahon ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. Kaya nga po, nung napansin, nakita, nagpaimbestiga.
Malacanang, however, maintains that Marcos administration has upheld good governance and stressed its ongoing anti-corruption campaign as evidence.
So, sasabihin ba natin good governance? Definitely, absolutely, with regard to the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., we have this good governance. Ang itanong po natin ay kung ano ang nangyari sa nakaraan.
Marcos Sadi for the Nation.